Until and unless I see a use case, no matter if it is a 100x or if it is a 200x, I'm not concerned about it, because what happens is the moment the market dumps, the value will go down.
Should one look at investing in cryptocurrency?
So see, cryptocurrencies are something, if you understand them, definitely go ahead and invest in, because they give you a very good return. But if you're investing into cryptocurrencies, understand where you're investing. Don't go with the tweets of people, or don't go with what internet is saying. You have to understand what is the value a particular blockchain solution is trying to create. I'll take the example of Ethereum. So Ethereum is something which is like a global computer, which is trying to create a supercomputer across the globe where everyone, if has an idea, you don't need an investment, you don't need an investor, you don't need an opportunity, a permission from somewhere. You can simply go ahead and deploy your solution. If people like it, they're going to come and they're going to build with you. So that's another thing. So you have to understand the technology. The second thing is, once you understand the technology, you have to understand something called a token economics. Now, this is completely different from the number of shares that are issued in the company, because those shares have value based on the revenue source that is derived in that particular company. Here, it is a lot different. Why it is a lot different? Because what happens here is token economics is basically how you are going to use those tokens. So if I talk about XRP, it's at the fifth place. So people think that it's one of the best investments that one can have. Now, let's understand the purpose of that particular coin. So XRP as a coin, it has the worst token economics. Why I say so is because a lot of tokens are held by the company. The revenue model of the company is nothing, though they have built absolutely best tech. I love their tech, and that's where I got into this industry. But the problem is, what is the use case of those tokens? So there are around 100 billion tokens that are there, which are circulating in XRP. There, even so, what exactly is the use case? The use case is, the first thing is when you make a transfer. So there's a small quantity of token that got burned as a piece. So that's one use case. So the value, let's say you are transmitting $1 million on a daily basis. So there are billions of dollars that happen, but let's take it for an example. If you're talking $1 million transfer, so you burn 10 XRP. Now, from an ocean of 10 billion tokens, you're burning 10 XRP for that. Even if this multiplication is by into 1,000 times, in next 100 years, we are going to burn only 3.2% of the total supply of XRP, which means that's not how the coin has to be used. That's the first problem with it. You have too much coins, there is no use case. The second, yeah, excessive supply. So the second thing that you can see in that particular token is basically what happens is, the second use case is, if you are constantly transmitting value, so you have to keep a reserve of 20 XRPs in your wallet if you're continuously transmitting international high payment wires. So let's say there are 10 million wallets. 10 million wallets holding 20 tokens. That's also not something which is like a 2% of the total supply. So we used 5% of the token supply. The revenue model of the company is, when it wants revenue, it will dump more coins into the market. So even if there is no demand, they don't care. The founder has been dumping around a million XRP tokens in the last 2-3 years on a daily basis. So he's dumping, and I don't know when that demand is going to come. So if you see it, it's going to be on the top 10 because of the total supply that is there. But the value it can hold or the value it can command will not be always that significant. It can go up to a $2-3 valuation, and you can be happy that I made a 2x, but not after that. So that's the tipping point that is there. Second is, let's talk about BNB, which is the third token in the cryptocurrency market. Now, BNB has more than 12 use cases. First of all, it is used to pay fees on their Binance app. Second, you can book your flights on that using that BNB tokens. That's really the use case word. You can book your holidays using that token. You can go ahead and using that token, you can get into their whole Binance Smart Chain, which is their decentralized platform. So there are almost 12, 13 use cases of that coin. And now there is something called an inflation or a deflation. So this is the last technical thing that I'm going to tell you. When we see as our fiat currencies, government have the unlimited supply. So if you talk about what is happening in US, and why the major reason is why the cryptocurrency is booming is because a lot of printing is happening. So when a lot of printing happens, is basically what happens is you will have that $100 rupee note even today, and even 100 days after that, you will have that $100 rupee. But the problem that is going to create is the real value of that $100 note is going to come down. Now, I can tell you in the Indian case as well. You see a lot of what happened was in January, a lot of companies hike their car prices, hike their automobile prices. That's one way they can go through. Another is they reduce the quantity. So if you buy a packet of biscuits earlier versus a packet of biscuit today, there is something which is lesser in quantity that you're getting. So that's where your money is losing value. So why it is happening? Because it's inflationary in nature, where you can print as many notes or circulate anything as much as you want. There is no stopping to it. So this is inflationary. Now, what is deflationary? Deflationary basically means that you have launched something into the market and then you are bringing the supply out from the market. You're taking it away. So the demand is still there, but you're taking away the supply. What will this have an impact on? This will have an impact as a positive impact. What will it give? It will enhance the value of a particular token because the demand is there, the supply is getting reduced. So again, something which BNB proposes. It launched 200 million tokens. Right now, after burning around something like 44 million tokens, they are something around 154 or 156 million tokens. So they are trying to reduce that supply. So that is deflationary. So this is again one thing that you have to do. So that is why I tell you that there are a lot of things which are different from the market, which is a lot of different. There's a lot of difference between what the stock market, how the stock market works versus how this cryptocurrency works. So this is just the 2 or 3 very important points that you have to look through before you invest in those things. That is obviously, and the biggest one is the use case. If it is something like a Dogecoin, I'll take that example here.
We have a lot of questions around Dogecoin and NHAs.
I remember. So that's why I'll say it has no use case. Now, when it has no use case, forget a single man trying to run for money or trying to tweet about something. Until unless I see a use case, no matter if it is 100x or if it has a 200x, I'm not concerned about it, because what happens is the moment the market dumps, the value will go down by 95%. So if you see the history of Dogecoin, there have been 2 falls in the history of Dogecoin, and that has been 94% and 93%. Which means if you have invested $100, you are now taking out $5. So that's something where you have to avoid, because there is no use case. Don't go and follow just one man's opinion. See what it is building and then figure out whether you should be investing. Otherwise, it's just a pure gamble. Hey, you won money, so there will be a lot of people who will claim, hey, I bought it at 3 rupees and I sold it at 30 rupees, so I made a 10x. See, you should have also invested in it. No. Why? Because no matter, it's something which is a gamble. You can get a 10x definitely, or you can wipe out your whole capital. So it's your take where you want to do it. So I would never suggest, or I never invested on this particular point, because there is no use case. So you have to understand that there has to be a use case where you're investing. So that's another point. That's where I stop, because there are a lot of them, but these are the main points which you have to consider.
In non-technical terms. So first and foremost is, what is this thing being used for? So what is the use case around this thing? Second, which we spoke about, the inflationary or deflationary angle of it, where we said that basically if we have too many, maybe too many tokens or too much supply, that also leads to relatively lower prices. So if something has relatively limited supply and that supply continues to go down, that is something which is useful, because obviously limited supply means higher prices in the future.